YouTube, how the heck you doing? This is Corey here with Watcher of Realms. This is going to be the Season 7 Gladiator Gauntlet Arbiter team, at least for the towers. So it's going to be pretty simple. You're going to go ahead and put your Praetus right here, your Ingrid right here, your Reeve right here, your Brokir right here, and then your Lily right here. This is going to be the team. There you go. End of the video, right? I'm joking. But pretty much, here's why you go ahead and build it like this. So Ingrid is going to go ahead and give you full clearance on this entire lane. Secondly, Paradis is right here, so he's going to deal with this corridor, and this tile. So you're getting full coverage, right? So if someone goes ahead and uses Necro spawns and they get clipped over here, which tends to happen very frequently, Paradis will go ahead and deal with it for you. And then also Lily is here, and Lily might be the actual most important piece for this team because typically if you have a team like this, you might be experiencing someone going ahead and using the bug bomb strategy to kind of pierce through Brokir's block, get to Reeve, and then essentially blow up Praetus. Now, what happens is if you go ahead and build your Reeve with enough rage regen, he should go ahead and essentially have insta ult. So whenever they get to this point, Reeve is ulting and stopping it. And then if he is tanky enough, right, he won't die for the bug bombs. And Lily is there perfectly placed to go ahead and provide Praetus with the safety net of her passive. So she should honestly just keep Praetus alive. Now, here's how the team really functions. Ingrid, she's giving you clearance. Praetus is giving you clearance. Reeve is going to go ahead and give you basically infinite stuns because he should CC lock any unit that gets to this tile and this tile long enough for Paradis to deal with them, and then Ingrid to also deal with them, especially whenever she goes ahead and AoEs. So you also have the freeze from Brokir, which is going to go ahead and give you another nice touch of sustainability and protectiveness when it comes to being hit by swarms. The second thing is this team is very, very, very good against small strategies. The reason being is because Paradis is going to go ahead and soften up any fool that like travels through this map. Ingrid is also going to go ahead and snipe them down. And then finally, with actually having to deal with Maw in this particular tile, Paradis is right here. So he's going to go ahead and chunk out the Maw. Even if they're getting Ingrid shields, Paradis is going to go ahead and effectively deal with that for you. Alongside Ingrid, Maw just doesn't work with this strategy. The main strategy that you will go ahead and see is either trying to bug bomb it or just going ahead and running straight through it. So if you have poor rage regen and poor CC from your Reeve, yeah, this team is going to go ahead and fail. But if you go ahead and build your Reeve right, there's a very good chance that you survive. Even if you go ahead and see your enemy go ahead and try to bait out Ingrid's ult and have her switch to the single target mode, eventually she will go ahead and swap back as they're building the team, and she should deal with the amount of units that are kind of starting to accumulate relatively effectively. And honestly, it just comes down to Reeve. I can't gas Reeve enough for this team. He just does a lot of work for you. Also, secondly, you can go ahead and swap this team out and build it something a little bit more akin to this. Let's go ahead and do it like this. There we go. So Praetus is going to be right here. I keep trolling. I keep mixing the two. Here we go. So you go ahead, you put Ingrid here, you put Paradis here, you put your Reeve here, Brokir here, and then honestly speaking, you could do something a little bit funky like this, but you want Carnelian in this particular spot. However, if I'm being honest, it doesn't really work as effective when you really go ahead and think about it, unless using Carnelian, because even though Ingrid's going to go ahead and hit this tile here, Paradis is basically doing no damage. This team just doesn't necessarily function. I really, really strongly don't recommend this because you're not really getting any benefit from these two units. It might as well just be the exact same thing. Your only other hope is if you're going to go ahead and build it like so, which is more than fine. Reason being is because Paradis is going to go ahead and deal damage to all these tiles right here. He is protected by the Lily, right? And then Ingrid is also protected. So essentially, as the units get to this particular point, Paradis should effectively just nuke them. Reeve should go ahead and stun lock them, so Garnet guards are going to get stun locked, and they have no chance to go ahead and do essentially anything on this map and Ingrid is going to also effectively deal with them as well. So this is the proper position if you are going to go ahead and place your units as this position. One of the good things about this new Gladiator Gauntlet map is honestly I feel like it enables Lily a lot more than the previous map did in this particular position, because she is able to go ahead and catch these units now. And before, she really wasn't able to catch them because of the overall positioning as to how the map was functioning. So not enable, but go ahead and utilize your Lily as much as possible, because she is way more valuable in this map, because she's essentially able to do all the things that Carnelian was able to do, but now she actually goes ahead and has the ability to heal you as well, which Carnelian doesn't necessarily have that ability. Now, let's go ahead and kind of delete this team and build the final version, which is going to be a little bit different. So Ingrid's here, Praetus is here, Lily is here. Boom. Boom. Now, once again, this team is a little bit tricky. Reason being is because it is very susceptible to bombs, right? If bugs go ahead and get to this particular position, they're going to blow up the Praetus. And if they have enough units, they actually might just blow up the entire backline. So this is a little bit tricky. You have to really, really believe in yourself. Now, if you're not going ahead and using Ingrid here, which is more than fine because not everybody has Ingrid, you go ahead and swap it for a Pagios. Now, let's go ahead and build that team. There we go. Where's my Pagios? He's somewhere over here. So he's broke here. Let me grab my Reeve really quickly here. There we go. And then grab the Lily once again. And then finally, Pagios. Am I using a different team? I'm stupid. Okay. Let's go ahead and reset this here. And let's just imagine Ingrid is Pagios. Actually, no, let's actually build it, because if I'm not going to go ahead and showcase the proper setup, then it looks super troll. Let's move this, put this here. And now we can actually go ahead and set up the team that we're trying to go and build. This is just a dummy team, so it doesn't even matter. All right. Now we can actually build it, and I feel good about myself. Here we go. Pagios. There we go. God, it's 2 a.m. I'm exhausted. There we go. So this is going to be Pagios. Now, Pagios is nice because he goes ahead and gives you the CC with his Vortex. Now, one thing to note, if you are using Pagios, you have a little bit more flexibility, at least in my opinion, as to what you can do on the actual map. So if we were to go ahead and essentially build a team like this, right? Pagios is here. Wait a second. Yeah. Build like this. Lily is here. Praetus is here. So what happens? Pagios is going to go ahead and ult the second that any unit gets over here, gives you enough CC, and then Praetus is going to go ahead and deal with them the second that they're over here as well. One of the benefits is you can swap Reeve out and actually go ahead and put a Constants here, and essentially your Pagios is going to get ulted by Constants, and then he's going to nuke whatever comes into this map. Right over here is going to instantly get deleted. So any swarms, goodbye, right? That's kind of like how the season 5 map kind of functioned, where you built a Praetus team such as this. Honestly, this was pretty much the exact same composition, just minus the Reeve and add a Constants, and you're going to deal with any swarm attempt relatively effectively. Also, because you're placing it such as this, you're really going to capitalize on any time that a unit kind of gets into this way. They're not going to be able to spawn up that many, right? Necros are not going to get 3 spawns, they're going to get 2, and Pagios is going to effectively deal with one of the waves and pull them into Praetus to go ahead and do damage, and then the cycle just kind of repeats itself over and over and over and over and over. So this is going to be a standard way to go ahead and build this team without the Ingrid and still have some effectiveness overall. Honestly, the easiest way to think about it is if you don't have Ingrid, replace her with Pagios. You will have some success. And if you don't want to use Reeve because you're using Reeve for a different comp, use Constants. Honestly, the best pairing with Pelagios is always going to be Constants, because Constants will give you that defense by having the 3 block, because you're going to use her in Astral Obelisk or her exclusive, so you get that extra 3 block. And then she's going ahead and fixing one of Pelagios's main issues, which is raw damage, right? And she's going to go ahead and buff the Praetus as well, so he's also going to be effective damage dealer, and he's already amplified, right? So all of these things will go ahead and make this team comp work very well if you're not running an Ingrid, because I understand sometimes you just don't have Ingrid, so use this team. See ya.